Hello there, my lovely legionnaires. I return to you.
Okay, hi. Oh, shit. We're fine.
The cops found your Pepsi stash? Yeah, that's what happened.
No, that's exactly what happened. But okay, so about the Dragon Age thing, just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The game forces you to make a choice, and the consequences of that choice are too great. And unlike any choices we've had, I guess, in regards to God, why do we keep bumping into shit? Jesus. It's a choice that is unlike any choice made before in regards to like the companions.
Okay.
And Sakai told me about it, and I'm gonna lose my shit. I hate Dragon Age. I hate Dragon Age so much. Oh, and the other thing.
I hate this stupid fucking video game. We're so fucking back.
We're so. I don't even want to say if we're back. This is something new for Dragon Age specifically. Somehow we've turned the corner and we're in Mass Effect.
Oh, I don't like that. That's concerning.
Yeah, me neither. Especially considering the big reveal at the very end of the game that's been consistent and present, and there's been like tiny little tidbits and hints about this big thing since the beginning after a certain event. And I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Oh my god. Keaton, stay off of Twitter. Stay off of Blue Site. Don't even look at Dragon Age TikTok right now, bestie. Not until you finish that fucking game. Oh.
I've been avoiding it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
All I've been getting are thirst traps.
Avoiding...
Oh, is it TikTok?
Yeah, good. Oh, this is hot to go. Sorry, we have a playlist going at the start. She's literally playing Hot to Go.
Man, I hope she plays Hot to Go. This is a fucking store. This is my 9 to 5. Awesome, a Wednesday stream. Shut up. I think it's fine now. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see how the fucking day goes. Well, yeah, also. But you'll get your actual stream now, I'm sorry. Serving up your fucking fresh, spicy content. H-O-T-T-O... Wait, no, what? How does Justin do it? H-O-T-G-O-G-O, you can take me hard, go go. Yeah, no, I'm chilling. Will the first one be archived? Probably not. Usually when it's something like that, I don't bother. We didn't really do anything, to be honest.
Yeah, a good number of that was on the stream starting page, so. You can take me high.
I usually only archive streams if something, like, happens, if we, like, do something. Oh, no, I did not. It seems to be consistently the case, though.
What's up?
Oh, Megan Shipman's a voice actor. I didn't know that. Or, what? It's a fucking VTuber! Of course I knew she was a voice actor!
Yeah. Yeah, no, she is. She came out about it recently.
I didn't know that. Good for her. Good for her.
It's kind of surprising how many voice actors are also, like, VTubers in this day and age.
I think it's because it's, like, just a good job.
Yeah. Well, that and it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like Mim. It's a great job to do.
Hmm? Isn't Alejandro Saab a VTuber too?
Sayu!
Yeah.
I'm going to be... I was gonna say, I'm gonna be streaming Honkai this week.
Ooh.
Mainly because I want to pull for Acheron. And I wanted to do another pull and draw stream, so... Honkai, yeah. Honkai Star Rail. Or as Justin calls it, Hot Guy Man Rail.
There really are hot men on that rail.
It's true. Oh wait, hang on.
I don't know what the fuck this song is, but this is the first time I'm actually processing the lyrics. Jesus.
What's the whole point of the catacombs other than being cool? That's it! I don't know, man. It's my powerful autistic urge to dig a hole. That's all I got for you. It's a pretty big hole. Dirt. Grass. Block. Stone. I mostly, if I'm honest, for me it's usually something to do while we're playing D&D or something. But like, block. There. So it's just something I kind of, like, passively keep up with while I do shit, but, like, I also like working on it in stream because it's more a vessel for me to have... Truly, in this particular case, it's just, like... Think of these as, like, oh, Heaton just really wants to do a just chatting stream, but feels weird just sitting there doing nothing. That's how you should consider the Minecraft streams always.
Yeah, exactly. Mi amor.
Yes?
Give it a second to load. ¿Quieres?
Ooh! Ooh,
Alright. It
Oh,
is
fuck.
a bracelet.
Oh, well.
What?
Ooh. No, I normally do it to replace so that I don't, but I fucked up. It's fine. Too late to fix it.
Real. It was a piece from an estate sale from here in Neo Francisco.
Who died?
So it's old. I don't know. There are a lot of, like... How do I put this? So, like, estate sales in this city are kind of like a battleground.
What? Huh?
So, no one knows, and it's very competitive.
How very neo-noir.
Yeah.
Out there fist-fighting one another for the... Wait.
Oh, you don't fuck around in an estate sale. Like, you don't.
It's...
Like, for your own sake, you do not fuck around at an estate sale.
Light gray, white. Stone looks like it has craters. I can feel the texture. It's... Yeah! I love the fucking implied texture of Endstone. I keep telling myself that I'll collect the minerals and do something with them at some point, but what, I'm not totally positive. I'll figure something out. I don't know. At some point, the catacombs will end. And I'll have to figure out what else to do on this map. Because this was literally just me mapping out an entire cave system, so... Fucked it up. I'm a moron.
You expand the catacombs upwards.
Upwards? Like past the regular level I have them at?
Like above ground.
Well, they're currently already going above ground.
Make it a tower.
An idea is forming. We'll see. That's still a long ways off.
Yeah, it'll take some time.
There are still many combs left to cat.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck that sentence meant. But how are you doing, chat? As per usual, these are topic-less streams, so as per usual, if there's something you wish to talk about, we can just simply talk about it. Or just download an APK for a discontinued mobile game just so you can see the one character you like in it. It's bold of you to assume that I know enough about how video games work to do something like that effectively, and that I wouldn't somehow set my computer on fire in the process. I'm a fucking creature, you don't even know. But kinda. I'm gonna be real a little bit, yeah. I'm also glad that everyone's, that I've got a few people who seem to like me posting my little Blorbo sketchbook. Or my Blorbo scrapbook, rather, sorry. Something I'm not really just doing for content, I'm just doing for me. And I like it. I'm having a good time. I thought I heard a noise. Oh, I can share with you, so... I was talking to Justin when I told him, I was like, I think the printer's fake. I don't know what you're talking about. Because he would keep telling me, because for a variety of little projects I wanted to do, that means I could do the, oh, wait a minute, that means I could do the other project I wanted to do. Yeah! I might do that for stream. There was a fucking felt project I've been wanting to do. A little sewing project. Fuck yeah! Because I can now print out pattern pieces! Yeah! Sorry.
You guys got a printer?
We've had a printer! So I was like...
Did you fix it?
It wasn't broken!
What was the issue then?
It needed new ink!
Oh.
But this is the bit, right? I was like, the printer's fake. You're gaslighting me. We don't have a printer. Cause Justin kept saying we had one. And Brooke and I couldn't find it. And he kept, like, non-committally being like, well, I hate the thing, so I might have given it away. And I'm like, why would you do that? And so I was bitching at him that, like, I can't do my funny little scrapbooking or my funny little felt projects if I don't have a printer, because I can't print out patterns, right? And so I finally was like, Justin, the printer's fake. You're fucking with me. And he's like, no, it's there. And I'm like, then show me. And he goes and gets it. He has it hidden in, like, the back of one of the closets. Like, on a shelf. And I was like, I see. The ancient relic had to be hidden away. And I shit you not, this man looks at me. And he goes, this will not require $400. It will require the blood of your firstborn son. And I give him a look, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You hate this thing. You should be paying me to take it from you. And he goes, no, I'm saying if you ever need to fix it, I'm not doing it. You're on your own. I was like, that's a strong response. And he goes, what tech person have you ever known who's liked a printer? I'm like, okay, that's fair. So he hates this fucking thing. The peak fucking meme, though, was, I was like, wouldn't it be funny, if it responded to me just fine after all of my fucking suffering? It did. I had no problems. I had not a single problem setting up the printer. The most temperamental device.
God, that's so funny.
The most temperamental device on the face of the planet. I have such low tech mana that fucking refreshing OBS crashed my whole computer. But the printer, it respects me. I don't know if I'm cursed or if that's... Is that the curse? Is that the fucking ancient blood curse or whatever? Is that the printer likes me?
That might be your curse, yeah.
Am I spec'd entirely into printer?
Printomancy.
Printomancy? It too understands being a being of sheer chaos. It's so true. Game recognizes game, or whatever the kids say now. It feels insane, by the way, to be old enough to say that not ironically. I'm very heavily coping with, being 30 in a month. It's very weird.
I can tell you, I think it's like... I don't mean this in like a weird stalkery way or anything. But I can tell you like the exact days.
Well, it's not that many days, so that's not a weird stalker thing. It's a couple
like
of weeks.
22 days.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a couple weeks, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be 30.
For real.
I have the Delta app, and it like has like a day countdown until check-in,
Oh yeah,
and
so
I'm trying to be normal about it, but I like look at it and I'm like, oh god, because I get anxious.
oh yeah, so everyone knows, I won't be here for the week of my birthday. I'll be back in the void for a little while.
Yeah, and she's dragging me with her. How?
I'm also dragging Brooke. Justin was supposed to also come, but the new fucking Technomancy Circle requires him, and they will not let him escape the tower until the 1st of January, and by that I mean they won't give him any PTO. Also, his journey to the mountains was fucking exhausting, and he really doesn't want to get on another plane, and you know what? Based of him, honestly. I was like, are you sure? Will you be sad? And he looked at me and he goes, I cannot stress to you how not sad I'll be. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I'll be sad I'm missing out on your birthday. I will not be sad that I'm missing out on another trip. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then I don't feel as bad either. You're framing it wrong. You'll be level 30. You're so right. I don't feel like... I guess... I was talking to my grandmother about this. I said that I don't feel old, per se. Because she's like, you shouldn't feel old yet. You're still young. And I'm like, no, no, no. I don't feel old. It feels... I feel like I'm unlocking a milestone that I should have... You know how, like... This is such a fucking dork-ass analogy, but, like... You know how, like... In Minecraft, for example, you'll be bumblefucking around, and you'll be like, oh, I wonder what these two things do, and you'll do it, and then all of a sudden you'll get an advancement, and you'll be like, huh? Was I supposed to do that? Like, that's what that's what turning 30 feels like. Like, I feel like there was something it feels like there's something I was supposed to do that I didn't do, and now I'm confused as to why I'm still getting the achievement. I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to turn 30, if that makes sense. Like, I haven't met the requirements. I haven't filled out the proper paperwork.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm excited. I'm not gonna be going home, per se. Like, I'm not going back to my particular part of the void. We're going to, we're going somewhere else, but... There's not much...
within the void.
Yeah. We're going to the more populated parts of the void. Get to navigate the airport without fucking, without having to worry about connecting flights for once. I fucking hate the St. Paul airport. It's so bad.
Ah, I see.
Like, okay, here's the thing, right? Fucking St. Paul airport is not like... MSSP is not like... It's not like dirty or unsafe. It's not even necessarily ugly. It has the worst layout known to man. Because the whole thing is a giant fucking E shape. So, like...
Okay.
So, like, you'll have... It'll be like, okay. So, like, for example... Hang on. Let me...
Unironically has me a little bit worried, because I have a connecting flight.
No! You'll be landing in MSSP.
Yeah. but also leaving from.
Well, you won't have to worry about that.
All right, pause.
It's only if MSSP is your connecting junction.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, so the airport's kind of laid out like this, right? So you'll be like, oh, my fuck. Oh, hang on. I just realized you can't see my stream.
No, but I was there in spirit.
Hang on. It's kind of important if you can fucking see it. There we go.
Yeah, having the forewarning for what to expect from this airport would be kind of nice.
So like, it's laid out kind of like this, right?
Okay.
So like, so like every time I go, maybe I just have bad luck. I don't know. But every time I go,
Well, I mean, that's likely, affectionately.
shut up, you're right though. They'll be like, okay, so I'm coming in here. Like, this is my gate. And they'll be like,
Okay.
oh, cool, so you have an hour and a half layover. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Your connecting flight is here.
Okay.
And that's great, and cool, and fine, and awesome.
Uh-huh.
There's no direct line. Like, these jut out. So in order to get from here to here, there's a rail line that goes this way.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get all the way here, ride that rail line all the way down, and then run all the way there.
How long does it take to get across the airport?
20 minutes.
Like, from... Oh, okay.
Which is great!
Not too bad.
Which is
Unless
great!
you have, like, a 30-minute layover.
Unless you have a 30-minute layover, which most of the time you do.
Uh-oh. Alright, that's good to know.
But you won't have to worry about that, because you'll be landing and departing from there, so that you won't have to worry about.
Mhm.
It's so fucking badly laid out, and it makes me mad. It makes me mad every time. It also doesn't help that, like... So, okay, I'm from the middle of fucking nowhere. We've talked about this.
The void, of course.
Yeah, I'm from, like, the deepest pits of the fucking void, right? And the problem with that is that because I'm not leaving out of any of the major hubs, I'm going to, like, a small airport in the middle of nowhere that's, like, a forever drive away from where I live anyway. Because that's the closest airport. Fucking... They put me, like, downstairs in the fucking back rooms. Like... And that's not a joke or an exaggeration. It fucking feels like the back rooms. Because you just go down like an empty, undecorated hallway, down a bunch of sets of escalators where all there is more waiting rooms. It's so fucking spooky. Especially when there's only like 2 flights that leave that entire place. One of them at the ass crack of dawn and the other in the middle of the fucking night.
Okay, so honestly, to me that sounds more like that one Yumaniki Mall level instead of like the back rooms.
You're so right.
You know the one.
I do know. Like... Oh, like from point A to point B? I don't fucking know. You'd have to look up the floor plan, but it's the worst. I hate the way that's fucking laid out. Multi-ninja sex party. There's no paperwork. It automatically fills out without your consent. It do be like that. Did you mean when you said that you wish people would stop being weird about Marin Kitagawa? Oh, yeah, easy. Okay, so, hey, gang. Respectfully, can we please stop, like, aggressively sexualizing the child, please? I'm asking you so nicely. And by that I mean cocksgun. Like...
God, yeah.
Like, listen, the recurring argument, this is the worst argument known to man, by the way. If you say this kind of shit, I'm gonna strike you dead. Is like, oh, well, in the actual manga, shut up. Shut up. I need you to shut up. First of all, context matters, dickhead. Second of all, those are the worst parts of that manga. I don't like it. I don't like that the mangaka occasionally sexualizes Marin either. And spoilers, the longer the manga goes on, the less he does it. So, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate it. You shouldn't do it. It's bad and gross and wrong, and stop. Stop! How's the journaling? I've been really liking it. I've been having a good time. I'm probably going to do another 2-page spread after this stream.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of paper crafts. I have been my whole life. There's something very therapeutic about, like, the methodical process of cutting everything out, gluing everything together. It just feels nice. Just because she's not real. Yeah, oh my god, I love the, like, oh, but it's not real. Shut up. Shut up. Silence.
Tangentially related, you should talk about the manga.
The manga? Oh, yes! So Mortis recommended me, a manga that I like. Called, oh god. Is it The One with the Villainess is what it's called?
The One Within the Villainess.
The One Within the Villainess, okay.
And it's one of those, like, otome isekais.
What?
Just for God's sake.
But it's good. So, I need you to know, going into this, tirade about this manga that I'm reading, that I don't like otome isekai. I don't. I hate them. I think that they suck. I have, like, listen, I have nothing against the people who like them. Like, I don't think that they're, like, inherently bad. It's just, I hate them. I hate, like, courtly melodrama. I think it's so aggressively boring. Hi, Dank Afro! It just bores me to tears. Some bitches live for that shit. And you know what? Good for them. Mortis is some bitches.
Kind of.
Think of it
I like
follow.
them, they're bad.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I totally understand, and I get it. But, like, I get the appeal for, like, the average reader, but, like, but they're not for me. I don't like them. So.
Yeah. It's, a lot of them tend to be schlop, and also I'm a chismoso, so.
Yeah. As a fellow chismosa. But, like, so as a fellow chismosa, you'd think I love them. I don't. I think, and I think I can boil it down to a couple of reasons. Usually, it's that it's either that most of them feel really dumb, like the protagonists feel kind of stupid. I'm sitting here like, why would you do this? This is ridiculous. You're such a dummy.
And
or,
not not endearingly stupid either.
Yeah.
It's genuinely, like, stupid choices, stupid jumps in logic.
Yeah.
Like, one chapter, and then the next chapter, it's like, oh, suddenly I'm a genius and know exactly what's up. Hee hee, hoo hoo.
Or, like, it's just... Or it's, like, insanely melodramatic. And listen, I'm still reading Maria's Revenge, okay? I'm not gonna pretend that I don't like schlock. But usually my schlock has murder in it, and that's what I'm more interested in, to be completely honest. But... Mortis pitches it to me with a singular panel. It is a panel of the main character being confronted by somebody I did not know at the time, just another girl, who called her a fucking auntie. And my eyebrows went up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So, he's telling me all about it, you see. And I'm a fan. I'm like, okay, alright, hang on a fucking second. What the fuck is going on? Did I fuck up? Green, cyan, light blue, blue, purple, magenta. light gray, white, black, black, white, light gray, gray, brown, pink, magenta, purple. No, I didn't. Huh? Did I? No, I didn't fuck up. I think maybe I'm just nuts. A distinct possibility. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. I have to see where the fuck this stupid bullshit goes. What the fuck is happening? So I'm listening, so I'm listening to the overall pitch, and I'm like, alright, I'll read it. I got caught up in a single night, as is my wanton way. Okay, no, I'm right. Never mind.
Solidarity!
I'm bad at math. Don't worry about me. So we're talking about it. So, okay, let me hit you with the premise before I start telling you what happens in this manga. I am going to spoil the living shit out of it because, oh my god, it's so good. So our concept is our protagonist, Remilia, has her body occupied by this girl, Emmy, who has been isekai'd from another world, right? Because, you know, it's pretty common in this genre for you to, like, you wake up in another body. But the difference is that...
after you die.
Usually after you die. But the difference is that Remilia is still awake in there. She still knows what's going on. She's, like, perceptive. She can still see and hear and feel everything that's happening, right? So she watches Emmy live her life. And the thing is that Emmy... First of all, so she gets to, like... oops. So she gets all of Emmy's knowledge about, air quotes, the game, right? And so she learns that Emmy was a big fan of her game. Namely, she was a big fan of Remilia. In the game, Emmy's crying about how everybody, including the Demon King, gets to be redeemed, but Remilia doesn't. And in the game's plotline, Remilia becomes the villainess because she's betrayed and alone. So Emmy says, I'm going to play this game.
Mild correction. She becomes the villainess because Remilia wasn't loved as a child.
Yeah.
Like, that was unironically the reason. And also, on top of getting knowledge of the game, she also gets memories of Emmy's past life in the real world.
Yeah, where she was sickly and weak, but was loved by her family. And Emmy says, I love her so much, I wish she'd been born in my world where she could be my sister, and so that she would have gotten to have a good life because she deserves it. So I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that Remilia lives a good life. And Remilia is, of course, touched by this, because no one has ever shown her this kind of affection before, and it's very sweet. So Emmy does her best, using her knowledge of the game, to make everything easier on Remilia. Namely, because she knows all of the bad things that are going to happen to the love interests, she just completely circumvents them. Which is my favorite bit in the whole thing, is that she just completely fucking... She's like, oh, this character, his father dies in, they have this huge misunderstanding because his father was really strict with him, but dies before he ever gets to explain why he was the way that he was. And so she prevents his assassination so that he can have that conversation with his son, and so they can have that conversation so that misunderstanding never occurs. And it's shit like that, right? So she just solves all the boys' problems before they even know that they're problems, right? And it's so cute and so sweet. Fuck. I just deleted my pickaxe. God damn it. I'm a fool. I'm a moron. I'm so dumb, chat. So she solves all these boys' problems before they even know that they're problems. And it's so good and so sweet. And oh, she's such a good girl. Emmy's so kind and so wonderful and so lovely. So everything is going great. Up until we get to high school. Right? So the game event is supposed to be that a character called the Star Maiden appears. And that's the main character of the game. Like, the actual video game.
Yeah, co-opting the explanation real quick. So, a popular thing in specifically magic school otomes, there is a saint character who can use some sort of rare special magic, who is enrolled at a magical academy because of this special magic. However, the other detail is that she is a commoner. And usually these saints TM tend to be like Mary Sue's, like a very traditional, exactly what you'd expect of a Mary Sue character. And that's what the Star Maiden is. All right, please continue.
Yes. So, the funniest part is that when she arrives, the first thing that she says to Emmy is, so you're... What is she called? You're a transmigrator too.
You're one of those reincarnators too, aren't you?
Yeah. Now, this bitch is the worst. She just...
Her name is Pina.
Her name is Pina, and she sucks. But here's the thing. She sucks in a very particular and interesting way. Because normally, in stories like this, the reason they suck is like, oh, it's usually something stupid and convoluted. Or, like, another good example is that, because, like, or, like, they'll either paint a character who's totally fine and normal as being, like, incredibly evil, for, like, no reason because they interfere, or they'll make them, like, cartoonishly, outrageously evil, right? Pina is not outrageously, cartoonishly evil. She's a fucking Fujo! She's the worst! She's Fujo derogatory! She's just a fucking shitty fangirl! She doesn't give a shit about any of the boys. She only wants them because they're hot. She completely ignores their storylines. She doesn't even try to get along with them. She's just awful. She's materialistic. She only wants to create a reverse harem. She's the worst! But she's...
And not only does she not care about the other characters in the game, she doesn't really care about the world either.
No.
She just wants to be special and to have her moment. Like, forever.
Yeah, for, like, with no regard for how the guys feel about that, or how the world feels about that. It's nuts. It's so fucking crazy. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, she's unlikable in a very good way. Because I've known bitches like this. These people are the worst. They don't care about the story. All they care... we were talking about this the other day. These are the motherfuckers who's like, I don't care about Lucanus's character. I just want him to fuck me. I hate these kinds of people. They're the worst.
After trying to turn Lucanus into Asterion too. Yep.
Exactly. I hate them. Hate these kinds of people. Now, here's the thing, right? So because, she doesn't try, the boys are like, what the fuck? They're like, what the fuck is up with this weird bitch? Why is she like this? And, like, they don't like her. They're like, she's really fucking weird. What the fuck is up with this weird bitch? And when she realizes she's not getting her way, and that they don't like her, she starts drugging them. She starts using, like, affinity buffing anime, or affinity buffing magic to, like, these potions specifically, to get them to like her.
Well, so she's using gifts specifically to improve their affinity towards her, and then she's using love potions to keep their attention.
Just being shitty. Just being the fucking worst. And she's slowly turning them against Remilia.
Except here's another thing about the love potions. The love potions, while they make it so that, like, you like the person no matter what, that doesn't stop you from looking at someone and saying, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Right? You still have your wits about you.
It's important to note that they're more like, the way I put it was, they're more like, friends, like the spell friends than dominate person. Like, you don't completely lose your mind, they just make them like you more. Like, that's it. You don't have romantic feelings, it's just like, oh, I have a slightly stronger like of you now. So, and this is an important thing to know. So, so she sucks and is the worst, and she's doing this now. Eventually, she frames Remilia for murder. For attempted murder, sorry, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. And turns the whole school against her, and lies and gets her banished. In these moments, when Remilia is losing everything, it is in this moment that Emmy disappears, and Remilia gets control of her body again. And Emmy was devastated, heartbroken. Remilia, who cared very deeply about Emmy, because Emmy cared very deeply about her, is like, oh, okay. This is what we're doing? Cool. Alright. And is like, I'm gonna ruin your whole motherfucking life. Now, I'm not gonna tell you about the setup. All I'm gonna tell you is about two good moments and where we're at now with the confrontation TM, because I really want you to read the manga. Because we're because her fucking Machiavellian scheming is so good. This bitch really did think 7 steps ahead, and how she gets there is tremendously interesting. But, like, so so she's like, I'm gonna ruin your whole life, but in the process of ruining your whole life, I'm not gonna hurt anyone else. I'm going to ruin you, and I'm going to ruin your boy toys' lives, because you made my life a living hell. Fuck you. I'm going to absolutely crush you beneath my boot, but in the process, I'm going to make everyone else's lives better, because that's what Emmy would have wanted. And I love that. I love that so much. There's something that's so profoundly, cathartically good about, like, I'm going to hurt you by living well. So she doesn't. Throughout this whole thing, she completely annihilates anything that Pina and the harem, do. Completely ruins their fucking lives, but just makes everyone else's lives better in the process, and it's really funny. So, one thing... So, I need to tell you about my favorite, moment of scheme, TM. My favorite moment of her scheme coming to fruition, and then the actual confrontation. Because it's so good. It's so perfect. I can try again, hang on. Try again? It says he's connected, try again. Or hang on, I'll do it.
What's up?
They said Skrunk is broken.
Ah.
Why is he not working? Disconnect, connect. What? Weird. Why is he not working? He is tired tonight. He requires a lozenge. I'll troubleshoot that tomorrow. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, okay. So, for a little bit of context, because you do need a little bit of context, to understand, like, what the fuck is going on, right? So, Remilia... so there's demons in this world, right? But the humans in the game, this is important to note for context. The way that the game story is supposed to play out is that demons start attacking humanity because of this thing called the frenzy, where they basically just go into a blood rage and they start killing people. And this is how the conflict with the human beings starts in the game. Remilia circumvents this by just fucking curing the demons of the frenzy in the first place. How she does it is convoluted and sick as hell, but just know that she does it. So she cures them of the frenzy, which means that the first contact that they have with the humans is not via their violence, it's just via their presence. Remilia teams up with a bunch of demons in order to bring their culture to the human culture, so that way they are preemptively, completely accepted by humans from the very start, which is great. So, just so you know, Remilia solves racism, and it's one of my favorite parts of the manga. In the process, she makes really good friends with the Demon Prince, with the Demon King Angel. He's the Demon King who gets redeemed in the end and apparently is like an unlockable, third boyfriend or whatever. He's like the secret unlockable boyfriend. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
This is important for you to know. So... So what happens is, it turns out one of the crown princes is half demon. And he goes to Remilia and he says, hey, I see that you've made my people acceptable. I no longer have to hide my heritage anymore. Thank you for saving my people. And she's like, oh, it's no problem. Don't worry about it. And so he says, I would like to use my political power to make to open trade routes between humans and demons permanently. To, like, form a permanent, like, political, allyship. And she's like, that would be wonderful, I would appreciate that, that's what I've been trying to do. So he goes to this meeting. Pina is trying on fucking necklaces and is like, this isn't expensive enough for me. Fucking whatever. This isn't Valentino, I don't care. And the jeweler is like, oh, hey, how about this one? It's currently all the rage right now. It has gems from the Demon Kingdom. Now, Pina, because she's the worst, and as we said prior, does not care about the story, wasn't doing anything, and didn't know that this alliance was even happening. Didn't know jack or dick about it. So she runs into this meeting and, like, flings herself on the fucking floor and is like, "You're being deceived!" And these people, these political leaders, look at her and go, "What?" And she starts telling them, oh, demons eat people, they have this uncontrollable blood rage. Now, you have to remember, she's going off of the story script. She does not know that these things have changed. So this woman, she then proceeds to call them all devils. So in front of these people, this woman has run in here, called one of the crown princes a slur, and then started saying blood libel. And they look at her and they're like, okay, so you're like racist. And then they point out to her, well, you know, the prince is half demon, and he's sitting right there. And she's like, oh, he looks different than he did in the game. He looks more handsome now. And she tries hitting on him, and he just looks at her and goes, so you think I'm a liar? You think I'm lying to these people about my nature? And she goes, well, yeah, kinda. And just fucking buries herself and just looks incredibly racist in front of this room full of fucking political leaders. And they're like, all right, ma'am, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to leave. And she's fucking steaming and so embarrassed. It's so fucking funny. Another good one, was... okay. So the confrontation occurs. That's where we're at right now in the manga. Is the confrontation is occurring, TM. So Remilia is confronting her at this big party, at this gigantic ball, because of course. Listen, it's good, but it's not devoid of tropes, you know? Nothing ever is. So they're at this gala, you see. And everybody's having a wonderful time, and everything's cool, and everything's great. And then Pina shows up in this fucking gigantic Cinderella Disney princess on crack ball gown. They point out at one point she has crushed diamonds in her hair, and they're like, oh, this ostentatious bitch, what the fuck? Like, everyone's laughing at her. Fucking Angel shows up. Oh, no, I remember what I was gonna say now. Okay, so, fucking, and this is important to note, but it's my other favorite thing. So, so Remilia, one of the guys, is the fiancé of a friend of hers named Sophia from school. And Sophia was away training when everything happened, because she's a knight. She's like a knight commander. And Sophia comes back and is like, what the fuck is going on? Where the fuck is Rem? What's going on? And she talks to her fiancé, and he tells her what happened, and she's like, no, that doesn't sound like our friend of many years. I think you're insane. I think you're crazy and full of shit. And he's like, no, I promise you that's what happened. And she's like, no, that sounds stupid and you sound nuts. And he looks at her and is like, don't ever talk about Pina like that ever again. So then there's a cut, and she's standing outside of, we cut back, and she's standing outside of Remilia's village that she's built, right? And she tells Rem, I want to be your knight. I want to be the knight commander of your little village. And Remilia's like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea, you know? My name is Mud, and and I don't want you to get dragged down with your promising career, and how would that look to your fiancé? And she looks at her and goes, oh, I dumped his ass. She's like, yeah, he was talking shit about you, and it didn't make any sense, so I fucking dumped him. What a fucking piece of shit, am I right? Jesus Christ. Anyway.
I dumped him, I quit my job.
I dumped him, I left my family, I quit my job. She's like, it just doesn't make sense. Hoes before bros, dude. And she's like, awesome. My favorite part is that Rem straight up says that she had not calculated for it, but she's like, damn, cool, I have real friends now. That's really sick, actually. So the confrontation occurs. It's happening. And I'm so excited. So Pina's in her fuck off Princess Mary Sue dress. And Angel shows up being sick as fuck. Just cool. He's a cool guy. I like him. He's neat. And she sees him and she's like, oh my god. And I'm assuming from the way that the subtext is laid out, he's her favorite. From the original game.
Yes.
Because she also points out at one point that because she hasn't been dungeon delving like she's supposed to, because she's lazy and a dumb bitch, she won't have the levels needed to meet him in the first place.
The plot wasn't happening.
Oh yeah, also because the plot was, yeah, because God forbid we take initiative.
Rem was... Well, no, because Rem was solving the problems, and nothing was going on, so...
So she was like, oh, I guess I don't have to try. Anyway. So, so she's like, the plot isn't happening, so that means I have no impetus to do anything for anyone but myself. But anyway. So he shows up, and he's her favorite, so she, like, throws herself at him immediately. And she's like, oh my god, hi! My name's Pina. And he looks at her and is like, yeah? And he mockingly, so clearly mockingly and condescendingly, he says, you're quite the ornament, aren't you? And she looks at him and misses the point so hard and goes, how naughty, calling me something you want to put on display. And everyone in the room hated that. That's my favorite bit, is you see all of them just, ugh. So, while they're doing this, while they're having this fun, funky, fresh little conversation, the king drinks this glass of wine that Angel brought, and he's like, this is delicious. What the hell is this? And he goes, oh.
It's not just the king, it's everyone.
Oh yeah, it's everyone. So everyone's drinking the wine. Well, it's the king who brings it up. Who says, this is delicious. Like, I feel like all of my back problems have disappeared. What is this? And Angel says, oh, it's Lilin wine. It's from my home country. We prepared this batch special because of the curse. And they're like, what curse? What are you talking about? And he goes, oh, you didn't notice the curse that was placed on your kingdom? And he's like, no. And he goes, haven't you noticed a particular affection appear out of nowhere for a certain someone as soon as they appeared out of nowhere? The curse is broken. So they all turn and look at Pina, and much like when the friend spell is broken, the look of fucking horror and disgust on all of their faces when they realize that what's been happening to them this whole time.
And what they lost because of it.
Yeah, and that they ruined their whole lives and careers for this crazy bitch. And so, like, and she's just totally oblivious. Completely oblivious to what's going on. But Angel is not oblivious. And he says, speaking of, as a matter of fact, how come, he's like, I noticed the perfume that you're wearing. And she goes, huh? And he goes, yeah. This is, the decoy that we used to find the person who's selling the illegal drugs from our kingdom. And she goes, huh? And he goes, yeah, love potions are illegal in the Demon Kingdom because Remelia made them so. And he was like, these are illegal in our kingdom, and this is a specific brand that we knew people were trying to use and were killing people over, that specifically was made to work on demons. We heard about this, and this was a sting operation. Why are you wearing it? And he looks at the king and he goes, is this an attack on my people? Are you trying to manipulate my mind in order to get me to work with you? That's a declaration of war! And said half-demon prince from beforehand immediately gestures to one of his swordsmen and is like, arrest her. So he grabs her, and she's like, I didn't know that! I didn't know anything about that! But the thing is, our boy Angel, he can read minds a little bit. He can tell whether or not you're lying. So he's like, no, you're lying to me. You knew exactly what it would do. You're full of shit. And she's like, I just wanted to make friends. And this is when our baddie, when our fucking bad bitch queen shows up. And she's, oh, Angel, don't be so cruel to her. And she shows up, first of all, killer revenge dress. Fucking love Remelia's revenge dress. It's so good. Absolutely so stylish. And you see a fun little wrinkle, oh, Kitty Foe, it's called the one with the, oh god, the one within the villainess. It's a manga, it's not an anime. So, Pina fucking freaks out. And is like, what is this? And she goes, what is this tramp doing here? And Angel turns on her ass immediately. And is like, you will not speak to the woman who saved my kingdom like this. I could kill you on the spot. And, she realizes, oh no. Not only is Remelia here with her man, air quotes, with her man, but also, Remelia is wearing a monocrystal that is the color of Angel's eyes, which she knows from the game, is a demon proposal, which means that Angel proposed marriage to her. And she starts fucking freaking out. Freaking out. And, but she looks at him. Looks this man dead in his eyes. Dead in his fucking peepers, bro. And says, well, you know, if, tucks hair behind ear, well, if you want to have a better bond with the human world, then you and I should get married. And he looks at her, and then looks at Remelia, and goes, what the fuck is this psychotic bitch saying? And she's like, and Remelia just kind of shakes her head, and it looks at the king and is like, well, you know, she's clearly having a hard time. She's clearly hysterical. Let's let her, you know, take a couple of minutes to get her shit together, you know? It's so embarrassing for her to be so out of sorts about this, you know? I want to give her the opportunity to, like, chillax. And she digs her own grave, chat. She's like, are you here to bully me again? And that was it. That was all according to Keikaku, you see. And Remilia just smiles, and in her head she goes, you know, Emmy wouldn't have wanted to embarrass her in public. It just wasn't the kind of person that she was. So I gave her an out. She didn't take it. Get fucked. And that was the last chapter we got. I'm stoked. I want to watch her ruin this bitch's whole life. It's so fucking... There's such a weird... Like... There's such a fucking weird catharsis to it. You know what I mean? Like... Because, like... It's so... Again, I think this lives and dies on the fact that, A, Remilia is really charming. Like, she's really cool and really interesting, and she's smart, too. Like, so genuinely smart. But, like... But it also... these things live and die on how hateable the antagonist is. Because, like... Again, it's so... I've talked about this before. In regards to, like, other anime and manga that are... Especially, like, other anime and revenge manga, right? Where, like... It's so fucking easy to be like, oh, she kicks puppies and eats babies and whatever. And, like, to just go ludicrously over the top to the point that, like, you can't... There's just no way you can have any sympathy for them anymore. And that sucks. Because, like, that doesn't... It feels cheap. Because, like, it feels like you went out of your way to avoid writing, like, a likably... A good, hateable character. You know? Like, making a character a bad person does not inherently mean that you've written a good or interesting or fun villain. And, like, a lot of, especially, like, revenge manga right now, tends to forget that. And that drives me nuts. Because I'm a lover of a good revenge manga. But, like, but all of them are bad! Like, for example, right? Like I said, I'm reading, Maria's Revenge. And, like, Maria's Revenge, objectively, is not good. It has the exact same problems, it's so over the top, it's kind of disgustingly gory for no real reason. It's just not good. On all levels except physical, it is schlock. But, like, Maria's Revenge, despite being horrifically gory, is fun in the same way that, like, Death Note's fun. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's nuts, nobody's likable, everybody's a bad person, and, this hot MILF is putting motherfuckers in saw traps. And you know what? Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes it's simply enough for me to watch a MILF put motherfuckers in saw traps. But, like... But the thing that I like about The One Within the Villainess is that... Remilia's not even, like, a bad person. Like, normally these things happen, and it's like, oh, there's some moral gray area to what they're doing, because, like, it's revenge, but, it's revenge and they deserve it, but, like, but you're ruining someone's whole life in the process. But, like, but fucking Rem goes so far out of her way to, like, to make sure that the only people whose lives are ruined, not only that the only people whose lives are ruined are the people who hurt her, but also that the only people like, that she does everything. Like, she's not, like, bloodying anyone else's hands, you know?
No, but also at the same time, it's not about Remilia as herself, it's about Emmy.
Yeah.
She ruins these people because they hurt Emmy. Also, I disagree with your portrayal of Remilia as, like, cool and stuff.
I think she's cool.
She is cool, but she is a schemer. She is the most, like, not even a schemer. She is cunning. She is, like, the only reason why shit has gotten so good in the manga, in terms of, like, the social economic situation, is because Remilia wants Emmy's ideal of her being happy to live on. So she's not really being herself, she's trying to be Emmy. Which is another big thing that I feel is so, like, interesting, I guess. Because Remilia doesn't, like, it doesn't necessarily matter to her. What matters to her is that she fulfills Emmy's wish of being happy.
Yeah. So, like, she's doing it for, it's so fucking funny. First of all, thank you for the $5 towards the new model. I appreciate it. But, like, not only is she doing it for, like, an inherently selfless reason, but, like, also, there's something that's so fucking inherently funny to me about, like, I'm going to fucking obliterate everything you know and love, by making the world better for literally everyone but you. It's so good. Also, there is the inherent hatred of girl bullying.
Talk about the art style.
Oh god, the art's so nice! Fuck! The fucking art style is so fucking good, dog. It's so fucking pretty. Because, like, the arts, it goes from, like, the classic, like, very pretty, like, actually not even, because I feel like it's better than a lot of, like, the, like, villainess manga that I've read. It just looks better.
Some of it, yeah. It's very reminiscent of more, like, manhwa, I want to say.
Yeah! I like it. It has a very distinct art style. But, like, it's so pretty. Its artwork's so lovely. And, like, my favorite part, right, about its art style is something that, Mortis and I both love about it, is the fucking expressions! Oh my god, the way this artist draws faces!
And it's not... The faces are one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these otome manga and manhwa are too focused on making their characters look pretty. This one, the one within the villainess, manages to pull off both. And it's such a good and interesting balance. The artist as well, the amount of, like, oh god, how do I put... So, like, this mangaka would go crazy with a horror manga, I feel.
Same! The fucking... Oh my god, the gods are so scary. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, the gods are horrifying! Oh my god, the art's so nice. Oh, I love it. I wanna fucking drink this manga's art style. It's so fucking good. I'm stealing her expression work. Ah!
Visually as well, it's very reminiscent of, like, Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah!
I think the second movie. So it's very pretty and elegant looking, but there's still this capacity for, like, the scarier aspects of it, too. It's very nice.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say it still has the capacity for violence. It's so good. It's so good. So it's 239 is the current width. Okay. So it's... Need to go down to the lowest level. I recommend it so highly, it's so good! I was going to beat the shit out of you for recommending me another ongoing manga!
Wait, what?
I said I was gonna beat the shit out of you for, recommending me another ongoing manga. Here. What did I say, 239?
That sounds right.
Well, we're about to find out. God damn it. Oh, yeah, God, that was so fucking funny. Why are there gay people in my fucking... in my Yuri anime? I think about that every so often. I think about that guy. I hope he's doing bad. I wish nothing but the worst for that man. Gravel. Need my fucking seeing eye potion again. I can only read so much manga. Most of the ones I've been reading in my spare time at this point, I've been intentionally looking for ones that are done, because I'm like, I can't keep doing this to myself. I'm so excited for Witch Hat Atelier.
Only they would supply volume 4!
Brooke is fucking suffering. We can check at Barnes & Noble while we're in the void.
Sorry about that.
We can.
See if Huge Dale will have it.
We should. Sorry for the, sorry about that. Fucking... I'm gonna be so real, I thought that it was finished, because the website that I was, like, looking at the information about the one within the Villainess said that it was completed. But it's the novel that's completed, not the manga.
That's good, though, because it means that the manga's probably close to done.
Yeah.
By the way you talk about it, it sounds like it is.
Yeah, it's so good. On one hand, I hope it gets adapted into an anime. On the other hand, I hope they don't. They're not going to be able to do it justice. I hope they don't.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, I think.
Because a lot of the time with manga like this, it's very low budget, and you can see that in the quality. Like, that's something that's kind of the case for, what was it, Yakuza Fiance right now?
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, okay, is this like the actual manga quality, or is this like the studio? But no, it's a studio. Wild Anime, by the way, still not finished. I don't know if I want to finish it, but you know.
I was about to say, it's mostly up to you. I wouldn't at that point. I've heard, like, nothing but negative shit about Yakuza Fiance, if I'm being real.
See, I heard positive about it.
I'm
actually watching it, and oh my god.
All I heard was that it was weird.
No, it's really weird. And it's like, so a lot of the people I saw complimenting were like, oh, you don't get to say you want more toxic relationships in media and then get squeaked out by a toxic relationship. And it's like, see, I don't think the relationship is the issue. I think there's some plot points and details here that are very unnecessary. And it's not like, I don't know, if the fact that these are high schoolers is the toxicity in question, Bestie, can you handle toxic in fucking media?
I'm over here shipping Old Man Yowie with a fucking triangle. Get on my level.
No, TP, you cannot be toxic. I mean, like, there's also, like, a difference between, oh, I like my toxic romance, and, like, okay, so why are these children?
There's a difference between toxic romance and fucking credence. Let's be so real here.
I mean, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
But, like, yeah, I don't understand why it's necessary for these characters
Oh shit.
who are engaged and in the Yakuza, to be 17. I also don't understand why it's necessary to have a cold open in episode 2 of your minor character going down and dirty twice. Like,
There is a way to do teenage sexuality well, but it's usually best in non-visual mediums, because otherwise it's just weird pedophile shit.
But, like, also as
Yeah,
well,
it's
like,
even worse when it's in the middle of it, but you know.
so here's the thing, right? Like, another good example. My favorite example of like a highlight, because always the response is like, oh, well, it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. That's the, okay, cool. Understandable. All right, cool. So the thing about that is that, you have to frame it that way. Perfect example. There is a scene in the fucking Anime Gangsta, which is one of my favorite anime ever, where Warwick, who is 13, is leaving one of his hooking jobs with a woman who is in her 40s. And the bit of her, like, sticking money in his shirt and him being like, I'll talk to you later, is bad. And everything about it's bad, but it's framed to be bad. It is intentionally highlighting the contrast and making him, and the fact that he proceeds to then run up to Nicholas and go, hey, I got money for dinner tonight, highlights the fact that, like, this is a bad situation that these two kids are in. Like, it's like dystopian and horrible and gross and scary, but, like, you have to frame it as gross and scary. And a lot of things like this just kind of don't. And they're like, oh, well, the fact that we're just doing it like it's normal is... You can't do that. You have to... Your framing matters.
Yeah. Like... So, okay. The male lead is supposed to be this, like, antisocial, like, murderous Yakuza guy who has, like, a penchant for violence, but it feels like feels like the anime can't decide if they want to make him, like, a murderous puppy or not. So it's this very weird, like, contrastive, like, vibes, and it's, I don't know if confusing is the right word, but it is, like, jarring, and not jarring in, like, a, oh my god, this is making me feel something, this is such good art. It's jarring from, like, an editorial standpoint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're not sitting there looking like, oh my god, it's like, why would you do this?
Yeah, like, narratively, what the fuck? Why?
Ship Peko and fucking Fuyuhiko like everybody else.
Like you should! See, and I love murderous dog energy. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite weird little... That's my favorite weird little toxic romance ship. It's why Kasuga's like that, TM. Is I'm a big fan of, oh, you're my favorite person in the whole world. I will kill and eat people if it will make you feel better about yourself. Smile.
Kazuo's a little bit like that, but it'll take a long time for him to feel that way about Oliver.
Yeah. Like, Kazuo's weird, like, murder tendencies don't... He would, but not in the same way that Kasuga would.
Yeah, they're obviously different.
Kasuga's like, oh, you were mean to the love of my life. I'm going to eat you. I'm gonna suck your fucking soul out. Die. Actually.
Kazuo would just be like, die.
Kazuo would just beat the shit out of you, to be completely honest. As is his wanted way. My all-time favorite fucking line in that roleplay is, I don't care that you eat people.
And then he sees what the eating actually looks like.
And he's sitting there like, see, it's bold of you to assume that, like, the opinion changed, because he still doesn't. He still doesn't care. He feels bad because he knows that it bothers Ryuji, not because it bothers him. If Ryuji was more...
But now Kasuga is like, oh, I get it. I'm not gonna push you to live in a way you don't want to live anymore.
Yeah, well, because for Kasuga, it would have been like... If Ryuji had not been the way that had his trauma TM, Kasuga would have been like, that's incredibly sexy. You should fuck me while you're still covered in blood, to be honest. He's a little nuts. Is Kasuga a cannibal? Not really. He eats people's souls, not their flesh. And Ryuji doesn't like to, but does sometimes.
It is in his nature to do so.
And Kasuga's like, based of you, honestly. And he's like, no, I don't wanna. And he's like, oh, never mind. Distinctly not slay, then.
Not Slay, however, offers on the table.
It would be like several months later that Kasuga would just look at him and be like, but would you be willing? Big puppy eyes. Would you be willing to put fake blood all over you? I think it would be sexy.
Kasuga would be like, "What if again?" And Ryuzu would just be sad and be like, "Yes, dear."
It's time for your 4 p.m. dick flattening.
Exactly that, yeah.
It's fun to play a character like Kasuga, specifically because I like that he's just a little unhinged. He's very pretty and, like, very elegant, but he can and will do horrible things to you if you so much as perceive him incorrectly.
It's good. I'm excited to introduce you to my new guy.
I want to do one of those TikTok things again, and I want to do the Mihawk one that I sent you, of Mihawk being like, they tell me, I want to be like you, I want to do what you do, and I put a hand on their shoulder, I sit them down, and I say, who gave you the right to talk to me? But it's Kasuga. Who said you could talk to me? Is he based on Kurama a little bit? A little bit. Ever so slightly. I feel like Yusuke would read the stories about Kitsune and then approach Kurama and be like, do you eat people? And Kurama, without looking up from what he was doing, would go, not anymore. And Yusuke's like, wait, what? What do you mean, not anymore? Not anymore. Not for many years now. How many years, Kurama? How many years, Kurama? And he'd just shrug. I don't know, I don't think about it that hard. Not since the Heisei era, at least. It's like, that's... Wait. God, Yu Yu Hakusho's good, speaking of nothing. It's another one on the list of anime that need, like, a modern, reboot, I think. I think that Yu Yu Hakusho is one of those shows that would really, like... I love Yu Yu Hakusho as it is. Like, I don't think it, like, ended badly or whatever. It's pretty low on my list, to be honest, but it's on there. Because, like, I'd love to see those fight scenes remastered with, like, modern Sakuga. I think that'd fuck, honestly.
I mean, hey, if Ranma can get a modern adaptation, maybe Yu Yu Hakusho could too.
I hope so.
I will not take anyone other than fucking Justin Cook as Yusuke, though.
Justin Cook illegally has to be Yusuke forever. In the same way, in the exact same way that Johnny Young Bosch is the only acceptable Vash the Stampede, Justin Cook is the only acceptable Yusuke Urameshi. I don't care if it's a girl or a baby or somebody's grandmother.
Grandmother.
I'll still knock him out.
I think Chris Sabat should be Kuwabara again. That's all.
I agree.
What?
Agreed.
Of course. I don't think anyone here would disagree with you, and if they do, banish to the fucking...
To the device.
Into the device.
God, we're almost done, but we're not done.
The dystopian Christmas dimension.
The dystopian Christmas dimension, followed by the dystopian retail dimension. I only get a break until... I do not get a break until Sunday.
truly living in a cyberpunk dystopia.
But it's worth it in the end, because I can buy gifts for Amorosita.
You must move to the Feywild.
This is Twisting Blackstone. This is from a mod. This is from one of the mods in the pack.
Which pack is this?
This is Vault Hunters.
Oh. I see.
I've thought off and on about the very real possibility of making my own mod pack. Like, just picking a bunch of, like, building mods that I like, and then doing the catacombs again, but, like, with mods I like.
Yeah.
Just adding, like, as many fucking building mods so I can get all kinds of new blogs. I might do that when the catacombs end. I never gave you this stone. Oh, good news. The next video essay is in production. Spoke to Silver yesterday. Threatened him with a gun.
It's cooking. Were his words.
It's in the oven. He's working on it. He's baking it.
Do you have everything ready for me for the app session? Because I can toss that together and have it be ready by Friday.
do. So that'll be the next video that comes out, and that'll come out pretty soon. I just decided I wanted to yap about all the times I've been injured, and how my body doesn't work.
I'm gonna have to. You want me to blast you? You want me to put you on blast?
Because I got your history right here in the sidebar. Yeah, sure, go for it.
From earlier today. Because we all ordered out today for lunch, and he ended up getting a fruit cup,
Oh god.
and then was like, "Ah, damn it! If you're allergic to apples, you can also be allergic to pineapples at the same time." And then I just watch her pick one up, a piece of pineapple that was in it, and then just eats it anyway.
No, you're giving me too much benefit of the doubt. I said no, god damn it! And I said you can also be allergic to pineapples if you're allergic to apples. That's why they make my mouth itch. And then I put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
It was really good. I like pineapple. I can't give up all of my favorite fruit, okay? This is bullshit.
You don't have to. I mean, you're not that allergic to apples, so you don't have to completely give up apples. You just shouldn't drink apple juice anymore, for sure.
Maybe apple isn't the dumb one after all. Shut up. Listen, it just makes my mouth itchy. And occasionally it makes my tummy hurt. But not like
But
always.
when I try to eat fucking Sour Patch Kids or Nerds, suddenly it's a problem.
Yeah, because you have no self-control.
I'm better about it. I have not gotten a tummy ache from that in a long time.
And I'm proud of you.
So I should not be banned.
Huh?
Honey?
Nanikore?
I got a TikTok. And a girl went around asking people, what is the one US state that is a single syllable?
Oh yeah, that's why.
It took me a minute to get it. Other people were more instantaneous, but like barely anyone actually got it. One kid asked, what's a syllable?
Is it...
I had to run down a lot of the states in my head, but I got it. I got it without too much
It's
issue.
Maine.
Is it Maine?
Yeah, it's Maine. Maine is the only one that's a single syllable.
It's the only one?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. Huh.
Dio, did you get that or did you look it up?
No, I got that. I got that a while ago, but I wasn't able to speak until like just now.
Gotcha.
I didn't know that.
If it's any consolation, I thought of Ohio first, and I was like, wait a minute.
So did I, because I think it's the one with the shortest name.
Iowa also exists.
And I was like, oh, no, Ohio's got 2 syllables.
No, it has 3.
Oh, it does, you're right.
Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So does Iowa.
Iowa.
It's linguistically... I think I said that correctly.
Yeah, linguistically.
Infuriating that these are only 4-letter words, yet you still have 3 syllables somehow. Fucking vowels.
Fuck you, vowels, you dumb bitch.
I love it. Love it when words word.
I fucking hate the English language. Our shit's fucking cringe, dude. This sucks. If you're a non-native English speaker, I want this to be established in chat. If you're in my community and you're a non-native English speaker, I need you to know that you're crazy go nuts, and I applaud you so hard. Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you be like, yeah, that one, Your Honor. That's the one I want to learn.
It's unfortunately a universal language.
You need a new state that's just called the state. There's only 2 towns, the city and the town. No, there has to be 3. There has to be the city, the capital, and the town.
Am I allowed to
have a township if you want to get granular?
Am I allowed to be more on not dates, of course, but am I allowed to be a little bit more specific about the Void trip because I want to talk about how you've ruined me linguistically?
With my
vernacular.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was trying to talk to my family. I think I was either my mom or my dad about this trip we want to take to Minnesota, and Keaton calls Minneapolis St. Paul the cities.
The cities. Because that's what you call them when you're... So when you're from Minnesota, you refer to them as the cities, because they're the Twin Cities. That's what everybody else calls them. So we just shorten it to the cities.
To catch myself, because that's what I call them now. Because it is now my home state by adoption. And I had to be like, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
It's so funny. Because it's just all I call them.
Things, like, there are certain things in California that I think our dear Dio would also probably be familiar with, but where you're stationed, you might not have the same ones.
I mean, there might be some overlap. Hit me.
Like TJ.
That one I don't know.
Tijuana.
Ah. Yeah, no, we just
Yeah,
we just call it Tijuana.
Yeah. Fucking I don't know. I don't want to. There's another city that I frequented. Frequented growing up, and we just called it RB.
That one I don't know either.
And I love
I wouldn't
Arby's.
expect you to. It's Rancho Bernardo.
Ah,
Oh man, I love Arby's.
yeah. Arby's. No. The interesting thing about like the mountains versus Neo Francisco, because they're in kind of the same area. The state as a whole is kind of like 3 different like
Yeah,
sub-states.
it is 3 completely different states. You got SoCal, you got Central Cali, and then you got Northern California. All vastly different. And then, of course, the only one that like leaks out everywhere else is LA, I would imagine. I also
LA,
call it
fucking
San Fran.
LAing all over the place.
I also call it San Fran, although people from San Fran don't call it that, but that's what I call it.
We also call it San Fran.
I've heard some people don't, but yeah. It could just be things that my mom called them. Like with RB as an abbreviation. Maybe that's just a weird me thing, I don't know.
Distinctly posable.
Also, I'm thinking about how, at least from where I grew up, fucking getting rid of the T's when I speak words,
Solidarity.
especially like in Mountain.
Mountain. Solidarity was one that I just hit. Yeah. That's the California accent, baby.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Santa Monica. It's Santa Monica. There's a T there, but nope, it's Santa Monica.
But no, there's not.
But no, there's not.
I've got one. So, some of you, so, the city that Tim Walls is from, or I guess the city that he taught in, is fucking hell on my accent.
Does it make it just come out in full force?
And I was about to say, to the extent that Brooke and Justin made fun of me about it. Because Tim Walls is from Mankato. That's where you can really hear it.
Yeah.
That was aggressive. That was so aggressive.
And I didn't even think about it until they mentioned it. Because it was while I was talking about, we were talking about it, and I'm like, oh, he's from Mankato? Rad. I was like, I used to have speech meets up in Mankato. And and Justin looked at me and started giggling, and he goes, say that one again? And I went, what? He goes, where is he from? And I'm like, he's from Mankato? And he's like, oh my god. I'm like, shut up, shut up. This is racist.
I don't know if, I guess I just technically have a subtle Californian accent because I can't think of any other isms that we have that when we speak. But, so like there's no, because my accent isn't particularly like a super like, the Californian accent I wouldn't imagine is like super fucking strong. Like some other regions of the US, there's no way for me to start slipping into it if I start talking to like my mom or something. Unlike Justin and Heaton, who if they start talking to people from where they're from, it just gets thicker over time and it's funny every time.
Oh, it's really bad when I'm talking to my dad. Because, okay, so my father is autistic. Don't know if you could figure that out, that's where I got it from. But my father is also autistic, and I think, in retrospect, knowing some things about how autism manifests, I think he's where I got the echolalia from. Because my father will do the same thing that I do, where if I'm around someone long enough, I like the way we phrased it during Star Wars game, I eat their accent. So, like, if I hang out with somebody for particularly long and they have a strong accent, I'll start speaking with that accent. It's really a problem. Okay, like, this is so fucking embarrassing, but I'm gonna admit to it because it's funny. When I watch anime, like, when I really binge watch anime, there will be a period of time where you can hear the way I talk change. Where I'll start speaking with the, like, the English VO cadence. And I don't do it on purpose. It's just, if I'm sitting there and I've been watching it for a long time, it's really bad when I'm binge watching. That's when it gets particularly bad. But, like, I'll just kind of eat the accent. And it's a little embarrassing because I don't want it to ever come off like, I'm not doing like a chuny thing or like a weeb thing. Legitimately, it's my fucking autism just being like, ah yes, you've been listening to it, do the voice. Say the line, Bart!
You do it with a few Spanish words I've taught you as well.
Mm-hmm. Because that's how you taught me to say them. I noticed, especially while I was... I didn't notice it for a minute until I started playing more, Veilguard. That's another word that... Fucking guard is another word that eats my accent.
Say paella, quickly.
Paella?
Paella?
Yeah, paella.
Paella?
I'm overthinking it because I can say the double L just fine.
Yeah, it's paella.
Mi amorcita, you got an extra Y in there.
That's the double A. Or the double
No,
L's.
Paella. It's only the one Y. It's not paella.
Still better than anything than any of the pronunciations on fucking British Bake Off Mexican Week.
Pela.
That can't be the bar.
The bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell.
Am I Mexican? No. Have I only taken 2 years of Spanish? No, 1 year of Spanish. I forgot. I had 4 Spanish teachers over the course of 1 year in my sophomore year. No, I did take 2 years of Spanish. I took Spanish too. Yes.
However, considering the area that you're from, you count.
Considering I'm from SoCal and I lived 2 hours away from TJ, while I am not going to white woman be offended on behalf of Mexican people,
I'm going to be
Hispanics and the like,
I'm going to just be offended because what the fuck?
because I'm just going to be offended because I know how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Consider saying the fucking words right, maybe.
I'm not mad on behalf. I'm mad because it's wrong.
Not on behalf of. I'm mad because of. Fucking, but yeah, I noticed the more I played, Veilguard that my Echolalia really likes Ilario. I hate him. But I noticed that it really picked up with, which is weird, because it didn't pick up with Lucanus. I could say Lucanus just fine. But the two worst ones for my Echolalia are Ilario and Viago. I never know if I'm putting too much sauce on it. But that's how he says it, and so my mouth is like, that's how you say the word, and so that's how I say the word.
We're getting haircuts tomorrow, fucking finally.
Hello! Oh my god, yeah, we're finally getting our fucking haircut. I'm dying. I can't live like this. My hair's like down to my shoulders now, and it sucks, and I hate it.
Mine's past my shoulders, and while I am one of the few, apparently, that look good with short or long hair, I prefer my short, fluffy hair, thank you.
I hate this. I can't stand it. I'm getting it fucking shaved. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
We're probably gonna have to either eat lunch earlier or eat lunch late tomorrow, because I want to make sure I give us enough time to get over there.
I think we should eat lunch after, because I don't think it'll take that long.
No.
Fucking... This shit drives me nuts. I hate this. How women function. You know what? How people function, as a matter of fucking fact. How motherfuckers function with hair this long, I'll never know. This sucks.
It's not a particular, sensory issue for me in particular. I can tell you that.
My fucking autism hates having my hair touch my neck. It's why my hair's been back constantly, and I hate it for more than one reason. One of them is because I look like my mom.
I don't see it.
But like, I hate it. It sucks. How you and Mortis deal with this, I'll never know.
Most of the time, because when my hair gets long enough, it's not like on the back of my neck. It's far enough down that it's not actively touching it. But yours is just short enough that that's just all the sensation that you're getting.
Well, the other thing too is because my hair's thin.
Yeah.
It does that thing where it lays on my neck and then proceeds to start wrapping around my neck.
Yeah, whereas mine's a little thicker, so it just kind of falls straight. I mean, my hair's not straight, it's a little wavy, but like it falls, vertically, and it doesn't like stick to the surface of the back of my neck, I guess.
Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Just be like, get rid of it.
I can't wait for me to be charged like twice as much tomorrow, because you're probably gonna be given a men's cut again.
That's what happened! Fucking... The pink tax is the realest! Because I was like, I want you to keep the top... I showed them a picture. I'm like, I want... You want a fucked up example? Because I just realized I can and really want to do this. I'm going to just show them a picture of Ogata. I'm gonna show them a picture of fucking Hyakunosuke Ogata, like a picture of him in the live action, and be like, hit me with one of these.
I have 3 pictures saved that I took of one of the last times actually from a few years ago now, of when I got my hair cut short.
Fucking shave the sides, leave the top a little long so that I can style it a little bit, and then just fucking get rid of the rest. I hate it. And every time they're like, that low to your ears? And I'm like, yes. free me from my fucking hellscape. Never had long hair. It's gonna feel weird wearing a long wig. It does feel weird. I hate it. Ah!
Plus, wearing wigs doesn't feel great anyway.
Weirdly, wearing wigs doesn't feel weird to me. Makeup does occasionally, but like wigs don't. My big one.
Can't do makeup.
I hate the most 75% of makeup. I don't mind. I feel it for like 5 minutes while I'm putting it on, and then I just fucking forget about it. The two that are hard for me are mascara and fake eyelashes.
Yeah. Because it just, you feel it because it's added weight.
And yeah, and you're not used to it. Like I feel like makeup for me is very like when you apply like sunscreen or something.
Right.
Like I don't notice.
No, I do. Like, you cover me in sunscreen, whether it's the aerosol or it's the fucking the cream, I can just feel it. Always.
Just get Gigi's kitty bowl and have Justin cut around it. Bold of you to assume that she eats from a bowl that would work with. The bit will be that once it's cut, if it starts to get long again, I can just have Justin shave me again.
It might be me because I've been the one that's been doing the trimming of Justin's hair these last while. Which I don't mind doing.
Yeah, bro, I cannot live this way. This shit sucks. Hang on, I need to check something. What?
Huh?
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 Hang on, I have to check something. Oh, okay. Jesus. This was a fucking fan cast. I was looking at something and I'm like, Kenjiro Suda is not Ogata.
Yes, he is.
Not in the live action movie, he's not.
No, he's not.
Yeah, they were like, oh, they should be him in the movie. And I'm like, I was like, wait a fucking second. I want a picture of him, because that's like exactly the haircut I want, but I don't want to show them a fucking drawing. I knew it was getting long when I kept catching myself doing the Ogata, and I'm like, I hate this. That should have been my first fucking sign.
I keep getting memes on my TikTok of, I think, people actually like in Greece out on the water and playing the song from Epic.
Fuck. I was looking for a reference, and I just saw somebody go, I wanted photo reference for Ogata's hair, but I didn't know what to call it, and then it's a screenshot, it says asshole guy haircut.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of it.
Based, I found a cosplayer.
Maybe as a treat, Mario and Luigi Brothership will be here tomorrow.
I sure fucking hope so. I'll just crop these so people won't know that they're cosplayers, and so I won't embarrass myself in public. Going in to get your haircut and showing them an anime character.
I mean, there's a barber in my city who's cool with shit like that.
No, that's not that. No, that's not that embarrassing. I'll be completely honest with you. What's embarrassing is showing your aunt that when you initially wanted to cut your hair short, so you showed her a picture of PBG.
You have
The laugh did not come over Discord. I could hear it from downstairs.
had the went into her and was like, give me the pubagoo, and she was like, I got you, brother.
My aunt has been. I'm very grateful that my aunt has never been all that judgmental of a person and is very loving. But like she was, that is the only time she's ever, I think, been judgmental with me, was when I showed her that picture, because that's similar to what the haircut I wanted to get.
Good God. Alright, I'm gonna send you guys over to Vaughn. Our boy Vanishi, it seems like he's streaming Clock Tower.
But we're the Clock Tower.
I know. So I'll see you guys Thursday. We're gonna do a Honkai stream. I'm gonna do another pull and draw. So we'll see who we get. So I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye!
Goodbye!